you want to know where not to stay in San Francisco by the airport, look no further than the Hyatt Regency. Now, I will preface this. I know it's a nicer hotel. It's not like you're staying at the Super 8. But for that price point that this is asking for, you should be getting more than you are. So I stayed at the Hyatt Regency. I had a flight the next day. And beautiful lobby. They had done a lot to the common areas where I actually was impressed with it. An interior view. Honestly, it looked pretty good. I got there pretty late. Check-in was fine. I was on the 5th floor. Getting into the room, kind of an odd layout shape. You could tell it was a little bit older, but it was a 2-queen, but it looked like double beds and some old fixtures. You could tell the rooms had not really been that updated overall. This one had a view of the inside, which I'm not a big fan of. I feel like I was on a cruise ship. And there was a balcony, but you couldn't open it. This one had your traditional bathroom with a bathtub, which, disgusting in of itself, but typically all right. And upon further review, there was some hair stuck to the side, and just overall you could tell it wasn't that clean. So getting into the blacklight, I was a little bit nervous, as I should have been, which is what we found. Then you get to the poop wall, and it just was spraying all over the place. It's pretty disgusting. You can see it all over there. You can see it on the actual toilet, which is rare. You typically don't see that. And then also on the wall there. This was a little bit textured, but you could tell it just wasn't cleaned that well, or just it's really old, and it's just hard to get years of disgust off of the walls and the toilet. This was on the shower backsplash as well. Sometimes it's just the grout they used or something of that regard, but I don't know. Not too high hopes there. Toilet, the base was cleaned. The bed was extremely uncomfortable, one of the worst that I've slept on. And I was pretty tired too, so for me not to get a good night's sleep, it was kind of surprising. This one did not have a mattress protector on it. What honestly was the worst part was the floor. It was crunchy throughout, and you could tell that this one hasn't been really cleaned on the sides ever, and it's just either goo or dirt or dust everywhere. Honestly, it's one of those hotels where you're like, definitely not taking my shoes off or touching the walls, because you can see right there glowing on the walls as well. Not sure what's happening, but it was absolutely everywhere. It's pretty gross. So I was a little bit worried about the sheets, and the pillowcases did have what seemed to be something on them that they bleached. One of the few places that I stay at that actually has that. So anyway, I wanted to leave the Hyatt Regency as fast as possible. Follow for more.